Welcome to the Deep Dive, listeners. Ready to explore a really thought-provoking question with us today.
Absolutely. Always up for a good deep dive.
So, we're tackling a question today that's deceptively simple. What is self-love?
Interesting, right. It is one of those questions that sounds straightforward at first, but when you really start to think about it,
Yeah, it's like, where do you even begin? Like, we just got this question from a listener, no other context, just what is self-love?
it's wide open, isn't it? A real blank canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of exciting because it lets us explore all these different angles and interpretations.
Exactly. And it's not like a dictionary definition is going to cut it, right?
Yeah.
We all kind of have a sense of what self-love might be, but pinning it down.
It's tricky. And that's the fun part. We get to unpack it together.
Hmm.
So from a psychological standpoint, we could say self-love is about self-compassion, right?
Yeah.
Like treating ourselves with the same kindness we'd offer a close friend.
Right, like cutting ourselves some slack, especially when we're feeling down or making mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Accepting ourselves, flaws and all. And that could be huge EE for our mental well-being.
Totally. Remember that study we talked about last week? About how self-criticism actually makes it harder to bounce back from setbacks? Self-compassion is like the antidote to that?
It's true. It changes everything.
Mm.
But self-love, it's not all about warm, fuzzy feelings.
Mhm.
It can also be about pushing ourselves,
Y-
right?
You mean like challenging ourselves to grow?
Precisely. Like investing in our personal development, you
Yeah.
know? Whether it's learning a new language or finally starting that business we've been dreaming about.
It's like giving ourselves permission to pursue the things that light us up, even if they're a little scary. Remember when we first started this podcast?
Oh, man.
Total leap of faith. But it felt like an act of self-love, to finally go for it.
Absolutely. And sometimes self-love is about setting boundaries, too. Learning to say no to things that drain us.
Oh, that's a big one. Putting ourselves first sometimes. Easier said than done, though, right?
Oh, tell me about it. But so important, self-love also includes taking care of our physical needs. Like eating healthy, getting enough sleep.
Making time for exercise, even when we'd rather just veg out on the couch.
Exactly. It's about honoring our bodies and giving them what they need to thrive.
And I think it goes even deeper than that, don't you? Like, self-love also has this spiritual side.
Absolutely. It's about connecting with our values, with our purpose,
Yeah.
figuring out what truly matters to us and living in alignment with that.
Right, like taking the time to reflect on who we are at our core and what we want our legacy to be. It's deep stuff.
It really is. And, for everyone listening, this is where your own self-reflection comes in.
That's right. Think about it. What does self-love mean to you?
What does it look like in your life right now? Because there's no one-size-fits-all answer.
It's a journey. And like any journey, it's going to have its ups and downs.
Totally. But even when it's tough, it's worth it. Because when we cultivate self-love, everything else in our lives benefits. Our relationships, our careers, our health.
It's like this ripple effect. And it all starts from within.
Exactly. And on that note, as we wrap up, we'll leave you with one final question to ponder.
If you had to define self-love in your own words, what would your definition be?